Okay, just a real fast update. I pulled the trigger. It is on its way. So I ordered the Christie LWU505 WXGA Full HD LCD projector at 5,000 lumens. Ooh, this is gonna be nice. I love the Christie projectors. You already seen already that I removed all my Sonys out of here for the Christie projectors. And now I have the very high-end model. Well, not one of the high-end models, but higher than the ones I have downstairs. So this is going to replace the projector that I had downstairs on the PS4. And I'm going to put the 5,000 lumen inside, and then the 1080p 4200 lumen projector I'm going to use outside. So now I have all Christie's running through the house. I got one outside, one for the kick around, one for the theater room, and one for my PS4. So yeah, hopefully I'm gonna try to see if I can find me a reasonable price for a Christie 4K, which I want to use for the PS5. That's what I want to go with. I actually seen a nice short throw. I seen a short throw for maybe about a couple of grand. But that's Christie. That's what Christie's going to cost. Now, for the fellow who came into the room and he was talking about the damage, some problems he was having with his Christie, I wasn't really, I was talking to him, but it didn't dawn on me that if he had an LWU505, an LWU505 Christie projector, there is no way in the world he got that projector for 150 bucks. That's virtually impossible. The only way you can get that particular model projector for that price, it either has to be as is, or is pretty much either missing a lamp, the lens could be missing, or basically they just sell them as parts. But to get that Christie for that price, no, something definitely had to be wrong with it. There's no way in the world he could have got it for that cheap, because all the ones I've seen so far on eBay were actually very, very expensive. So when he said that he had I didn't really think about it. When he said he had the Christie, the LWU, there's mine right there, just ordered it. And there's my price tag, what I paid for right there. That's what they run for. That's the cheapest one. The cheapest one cost me $449. So the fact that he got that particular projector for 150 bucks, I didn't really dawn on me until I got upstairs. I was like, something's got to be wrong with it, because there's no way in the world he could have got that projector that cheap. Now they got another fellow here who has one for $331. But the reason why I didn't buy that one was because that projector had dents in it, and it had I mean, it may work for some people, but for me, I stay away from anything that may have a dent or crack in it, because chances are it means in order for it to get that crack or dent, it had to have a very serious fall. So it could be, anything could be wrong in there, so I don't go near that. So let me show you show you the prices of these projectors. So that's the one I bypassed. I was going to get that one first, but the prices for them, this is what these projectors run for. So this is $550, $650. This is all pre-owned. Mine's pre-owned, $650. And as you keep scrolling down, $700, $900. And you got one over here. This is used, going for almost $1,050 right here. So these are some of the lamps. I'm not worried about that. Usually, if I'm going to buy a lamp, I'm getting one of these right here. I usually buy those lamps anyway. That's the one I just purchased. But that's what those projectors run for. Anytime you get that projector for 150 bucks, that means either it's an as is, or there's some damage to it, like maybe the lamp may be damaged, it may cut on and cut off, there could be some circuit problems with it. It could be a lot of problems with it. So if the merchant didn't mark it as an as is, then he got a case, because he had a projector that was broken. But if it wasn't as is, or basically for parts, then there was something wrong with it to begin with. So that's the problem, because I'm like, okay, you can get the let me see which ones it got in here. So let me go back. If you wanted to get the LW, the 1080p model I had downstairs. Now here's the 1080p model. This is the merchant I bought mine from right there. He has it for $231, but everybody else has it for $6,000. Price starts jumping up because those projectors aren't exactly cheap. $800. Like I said, they're very, very expensive for those projectors. So that is the 1080p model I had, which is the LWU505. And the cheapest one they got here, and I got that one downstairs, works perfectly fine. That one right there cost me $231. They have them for $218 from time to time, but this is the price you would usually pay for them. All right, so let's go back and let's get the Christie LWU505, which is the one I have in my theater room, and show you the price behind those. Now those run around, you can get them for $100, $160, $130. That's what those run for. That would be more likely what he would have paid for from the door if he bought one of these projectors right here. And then we'll go to the Christie LX. The LX. And that's the one, that's my kick around. That's my projector I have for fun. Someone got one here with the remote control for $125, $139, like I said. And then you might get a brand new one. Someone has a pre-owned one right there. So this is what the LX one is for. The LX that has an XGA will run you around that price. You know, unless you get one in really good mint condition, then that's the most you're going to pay for it right there if you got it under a Christie. But for the model that he was explaining, there's no way in the world he got that projector for $150. That means he got that projector as an as-is, or maybe parts. That's pretty much it. So let me go with the LWU. This is the one I just purchased. LWU, right there. So I like to know where he got it from, because keep in mind, I'm on eBay just about every day, so this is what they run for on here. There's no way in the world. That projector at $150. He could have got that as an as-is, or basically for parts only. That's what he could have got it for. An as-is for parts only. So I can't tell you. He was trying to ask me exact the stuff he was explaining, because some of the stuff he was explaining wouldn't have been a lamp issue. Usually when it's a lamp issue, the image is very dim and dull and the lamp flickers. That's when it's a lamp issue. But what he was explaining, it sounded like he had some, maybe the circuit board might have been damaged in it. So like I said, it might have been an as-is or for parts. That's what you got to look for. If you see a projector that looks really cheap, and the other models are extremely expensive, you got to look for that as-is or for parts only, because you could be getting a defective projector and, you know, the merchant market what it was. All right, I'm getting out of here real quick. I'm going to go do some more research on my projector I got coming in, 5,000 lumens. Woohoo, Chrissy. So God bless me to be able to get it done today, to get this projector, and I thank my Lord for allowing me to have it. I've been wanting this projector, so it blessed me to get it. And I'm going to move on from there and get something to eat, and I just want to give you that fast update.